The Real Weather Watch is brought to you by DeKalb, all season strong.
Drew, this week in Ontario, we're looking at some pretty cooler, wet temperatures and weather. What do you see in the next month as we get a little bit closer to soybean harvest?
Well, I think the conditions in southeastern Ontario and Quebec both will probably be relatively good as we move forward through this time period. We do expect to see a lot of variety in this year's autumn harvest season, so I'm not sure we're going to get stuck with any particular weather pattern. Just kind of an average season where we'll have our moments where we'll have precipitation moving across the area and causing some temporary delays. And then we'll have some good weather where it'll be dry for a stretch of several days at a time, and we'll be able to get the crops to mature and be harvested in a favorable manner. I really think that this will be pretty much the rule across the eastern part of North America in general.
Okay, so we do have the potential in Ontario for that kind of perfect harvest season where it's sunny and dry?
Well, I don't know that I would call it perfect because there will be some interruptions to that. So, again, I would call it more of an average harvest season. There will definitely be some good periods there where the field work will be able to advance relatively well. But on the other side of the coin, I don't want to imply that it'll be a straightforward harvest season without any interruption, because that will not be the case either. But when it does rain, the interruptions will be relatively short-lived and shouldn't be great enough to raise any kind of a serious quality issue with the crops that remain.
Yeah, obviously we had some planting issues in Ontario in the springtime that caused great challenges. I guess, when do you foresee, and I put in quotations, winter starting in Ontario?
Well, I think we'll see perhaps a couple of waves of notably cooler weather as we move into the latter days of September and early October. There will definitely be some colder than usual weather during that period of time. As we move a little bit further out in the autumn season, we'll actually see some warming take place again. We're going to have another one of these La Nina events take place across Canada as we move forward through the late autumn and winter, and so eventually the temperatures will probably turn a little bit warmer across the eastern areas. But I think as far as getting involved with any real wild winter weather, that's probably going to be a little slow in coming, but we'll definitely have some colder weather showing up. Again, as early as maybe late September, more likely it's going to be in October, and we'll see those temperatures fall below average, but I'm not sure we're going to have a tremendous volume of precipitation occurring when the coldest weather is in place, and that may actually help us to stay away from winter-like weather until we get a little deeper into the autumn.
So this could be one of those harvest seasons where late September we have some cooler, or I guess early October have some cooler weather, and then all of a sudden at the end of October we've got that Indian summer back again.
Yeah, I think there is a fairly good possibility for that this particular year. It may come a little bit later, but it will definitely come around in the latter part of the autumn season.